everyone is going to want to be coached by you or supported by you just because you have the solution. You want people obsessed with you. You want people who are standing at the gates dying to work with you. If they don't like you and they don't want to work with you, it doesn't matter if you have the solution to what it is they need, they're not going to bother, right? So I look at it like this. Your ideal client, your champion clients have to believe in your model, your method, and the mentor. They need to believe in the model that you're teaching, the method that you're teaching, and the mentor, which is you and or your team. Second thing is they need to be problem awareness. One of the biggest problems is that people don't always know their problem, or some people are in denial, right? Where they are like, I'm in this bad relationship and yes, I get abused, but like he loves me, she loves me, it's okay. Like, we're working on it. We're going to communicate better so that doesn't happen again. Okay, that is someone who's not self-aware of the problem. They don't have problem awareness. They think it's okay. They think it's acceptable. They think that, we're just going to do this now and fix it and it's going to change. I see this with business all the time. Well, I just downloaded this free training about a course. And so I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to totally go learn how to do this thing. And I'm going to go do that instead. Right? Because you're the expert, that's not the answer. That they're, again, self-sabotaging and they're looking for shortcuts and they're not doing the real work. You know that. But do they know that? What you want to do is talk to people that are aware they have a problem. Because then you don't need to convince them they have a problem. There's nothing worse than basically calling someone's baby ugly, right? There's nothing worse than calling them out on that. Like, just don't do that, right? You want to make sure that you're talking to people who are already very, very aware that they have a problem, right? Or that they are needing a solution to get over wherever they are. Okay. And then, so that's the second thing. They have to be problem awareness. You don't want to convince people of that, because then you actually are not looked at like an expert. You're more looked at like a judgy person, or how dare you, or maybe you insult them or something, right? Like, it's all about the approach. It's all about the approach in which you take. The third thing that they need to have is solution awareness. So number one, they need to see that what you are offering is the actual solution. They have to feel that. I don't know what other way to put it. They need to feel it in their body. That's what I need. That's what I'm missing. And that's what I am looking for. Again, not the thing that you want to convince them of, because then you look desperate. Then you look like you need a sale. Then it looks like you're just trying to get their money. And then they think you're pitchy, right? And spammy and like all the things. When you're trying to talk to people that don't match the caliber of a champion client, it always ends with you looking like you're desperate, begging for the sale. Even though your intention is, I can see that I can help you and I'm just trying to get you to see it. You don't want to get anybody to see anything. That is the actual problem, okay? They need to be there. So we're talking to a higher caliber person, someone who's already in the middle of the mess and is like, woo, I cannot do this anymore. I need the solution. I got to get out of it, right? You want someone who's already there, not someone who's like not quite there yet, but you know that if they came and worked with you, they could probably prevent that, because those people don't really see that value yet. Okay. And then the third thing that we look for is they have to want to be coached by me and my team. So not everyone is going to want to be coached by you or supported by you just because you have the solution. You want people obsessed with you. You want people who are standing at the gates dying to work with you. If they don't like you and they don't want to work with you, it doesn't matter if you have the solution to what it is they need, they're not going to bother, right? So I look at it like this. Your ideal client, your champion clients have to believe in your model, your method, and the mentor. They need to believe in the model that you're teaching, the method that you're teaching, and the mentor, which is you and or your team. If they don't believe in all three of those things, you don't have a sale, right? There's not really a chance at the sale. So you shouldn't be in triage calls or sales conversations with people that aren't obsessed with the way that you coach or teach, with your methodology that you're teaching, and you, right? If they're not obsessed with all three of those things, then you're not going to get the sale, okay? Because there's no connection there. It's not going to happen. So if those beliefs are not met for my particular clients, then there's not a purchase that gets made. We turn people away. We send them somewhere else. We just tell them this isn't the best fit. We literally don't take their money. We literally do not take their money. Okay. So on your triage calls, I want you looking very closely at those three things. If they're not sold on those three things, or if you find they're not quite knowledgeable in those three areas yet, instead of going for the sale, push them back to your content. Push them back to some pieces of content that are going to help them understand your model, your method, and who you are as a coach. That is critical. I actually don't work with people who have never watched any of my content. I don't care if it's a video or podcast or my posts, but I want them in my content because you need to see who I am as a person. You need to see who I am as a coach before you can even think about working with me. How would you work with me if you've never done that? Right? And how do you know what I teach? If you don't know the way that I teach and what I teach, why would you want to give me your money? So again, you want to make sure that the people that you're getting into actual conversations with, push them. Remember how I say this all the time. Don't just give people links and get them on calls right away. Push them back to content, right? Push them back to pieces of content that are going to prime them to want to buy. That's going to get them already primed so that you, one, don't have to work so damn hard, but also you know that you're getting in conversations with the right people. Even if they don't buy today, you know they're going to buy. Okay, so that is extremely important. Have pieces of content, guys, that talk about your model, that talk about your method, and talk about you as a coach, as a mentor. Make sure you have content on all three of those things to plug people into those. So if you're in a triage and you're talking to someone and they don't know your methodology yet, you can plug them into a training that walks them through your methodology. Let's say they're like, I don't know, I just found you today. I don't know a whole lot about you, but I'd love to learn. Plug them into a piece of content that demonstrates you and how you mentor, who you are as a mentor, right? If they're not sure on maybe your model and all of that, you know, like the thing they must have in order to work with you, like your specialty, have a training that walks them through what that is. You got to get intentional and strategic, right? This is going to prime people to buy. It's going to prime people to want to buy from you. And when you get in calls, you'll know they're a better fit. So don't rush and get on these triage and be like, let me tell you who I am. And let me tell you what I do. And let me tell you what you need to have to work with me. Don't do that. Like plug them into content that does that already. And then let them come back primed like, oh, this is awesome. I would love to chat about it.